This is a past life reading for the only one who had a code name change to the pure human. So I have a guide coming in. I'll get into this guide in a minute. So I'll go ahead and start with the crystals here. I have kind of a theme going on with the crystals here, I'll say. So I'll start with this one. This is my citrine here. This has to do with personal power, strength, willpower. It's a solar plexus stone. And so it helps to open up the solar plexus. So it has anything to do with the solar plexus, ambition, drive. Okay, but I do also get a feeling of higher energies directing it. And there is actually also white in this stone. It's not only yellow, it's also white. So I do sense as well a crown chakra energy that your guides are mentioning with it. Okay. Okay, so I'll just take this whole thing. Okay, so then I have my crystal quartz here, my large one, and I also have my tiger's eye here. Tiger's eye as well. It has to do with physical strength and prowess and power. It also has to do with perception, though. So there again, there is like a higher influence. It can have to do with intellect, but also intuition, especially. Like think about how intuitive a tiger is. It's not just their physical prowess and their physical strength. They're a cat. They're also very psychic, very open, very sensitive, and very perceptive intuitively. And then we have blue kyanite here. I have 9. And 9 is an ending number, but your guides are also bringing up the word change. And that does fall in with 9. Since 9 is an ending number, that means it's also leading you into another phase. And I get the feeling from them, this is why they're changing your code name. Because there's this feeling almost like you've come out of one phase and you're going into another. That's the sense that I'm getting from your guides. So the kyanite, though, specifically has to do with the throat chakra. Throat chakra also has to do with will, and it has to do with desires and your desires manifesting through your will. So the throat chakra is also very creative. So this helps with creativity, the blue kyanite. Okay, and here again, the blue color, yeah, it has to do with the throat chakra, but still, even there, I get a sense that there's also this higher initiative as well. So this initiative that you're taking, these changes that you're making, there is this feeling that they are directed by your higher self, your higher wisdom, or what the council would call the reality. There is definitely that sense. Okay, and then my last 2 crystals here, I have garnet. And normally this came as 2. And I bought these years back, these 2 garnets for Wolf to hold to help balance his energies. And that was when we were first together. And they had me specifically only take 1 this time, which I rarely do in a reading, but they were specifically saying it's not about balancing. They just want me to use garnets. And these are the only garnets that I have right now currently. The garnets, here again, there's a lot of physical energies coming through with these crystals. So there is this theme here of like awareness when it comes to your physical path, taking physical initiative, and yes, also physical strength, physical endurance, but that it is guided by divine will, it's divine expression. And so it's becoming aware of your path in the physical form, in a physical way. So it's basically this higher initiative moving through the physical body. That's the theme that you really have going on here, um, for the start of this past life reading. It also, it causes energies to flow, and in a physical way too. Garnet can really help with health for the reason that it can like help with unblocking clogged arteries. It helps with blood flow, and also because of the red in it, it has to do with blood flow and grounding as well, because red is a root chakra color. This specific garnet does have some lighter colors in it as well, so we still have this overall theme going on. So it's probably good that I don't have another garnet. Most of them are darker than this, but this one does have a lot of lighter colors in it. And I didn't even recognize it as a garnet at first when I was going to buy it. So there's also these energies of flowing as well. And then here I have my zoisite. And zoisite again is all about grounding. Zoisite, it also has the green, so it's also a nature stone, and this is something that your guides are bringing up as well, and almost receiving power from nature, almost receiving like a refill from nature, and almost this almost a vampire kind of feeling they're sending, that you can almost feed off of energies from nature. You can absorb that, you can take that in, but specifically almost like you can feed off of it, like that can fuel you. There's almost a sense of breatharianism with this. Okay. So I have this guy coming in. He's very, very big. I feel very, very big when he's coming in. Very, very big. Very, very strong. Very, very big. Flexible too, and he has balance with his physical body. He's very in some ways he's very dependent on his body's ability to move, and his body's intuition, his physical intuition of where to move and how to move. So there's different types of intuition. He's saying like there's an intuition of like what to say, and this comes more mentally. He's saying this type of intuition, this is more emotional, and it's connected to the body, and it has to do with feeling intuitively where to put your body, how to move in this graceful yet powerful way. And he's saying that it's both. It's gentle and it's powerful. And this is kind of a theme of his race. So his race is Yeti. He is a Sasquatch. And even when I created the circle, this time those were the guardians that I was guided to call on, specifically the Sasquatch, the Yeti, which are this race. This is why they're calling you the pure human. That's what this race is. See, we were altered. If we hadn't have been altered, we would have just kept evolving and evolving and evolving. And we would have been like them. We would have been, it would have been more apparent, much more apparent that we came from apes. So we do have that DNA still. Our DNA is still close to chimpanzees and different, you know, gorillas and apes in that way. It's still close to that. But we also have altered DNA, and we have this other DNA as well that was put there to kind of make us evolve faster, as I'm sure you know, as I'm sure you've heard of. But this is the pure human. This is the pure human race. That is what the Yeti represents. That's what the Yeti is, and they're saying proudly. But they're also saying that you, but they mean humans specifically. This type of human, this vehicle here, and this mind, even since the mind does operate through a physical brain in this awareness and in this place, this dimension, this realm, they use multiple words sometimes to get something across. But because we have this other DNA, we have capabilities that they're saying they could not fathom. However, because they are untouched, because they are pure, they also have abilities that we cannot fathom right now. Because whereas they don't really have that alien DNA, we do have their DNA, we do have their capabilities. So we have the capabilities of both worlds. But we're not really using them. And they're saying, why are we telling you this? Okay, so this guy just wants to be called Yeti. He says he has a different name, but that's the easiest way to call him. Or Sasquatch if you prefer. Sasquatch if you like, he's saying. Feel this, like, very big and very like I need to breathe. And part of the reason feels like I'm in a very, very cold, really cold ass place. That's what this feels like. That I'm in a really, really cold ass place. Okay. Now, I get the feeling from them that from him, he's showing me these liquids, and that he does take in liquid, but that he doesn't eat any food. I also get the feeling that he doesn't need liquid. He doesn't have to take in liquid. He doesn't have sun either. But I feel as well almost like he gets something from sun. He absorbs something from sun. But I do feel like he takes in liquid in a physical way, but at the same time that the race is breatharian. Meaning they don't have to take in those liquids, so they're not doing it for a form of survival. Okay, so why do you take that in? There's just this energy that keeps coming in of like a flow. Like it represents something to them. It has to do with a flow of energy, even a flow of physical strength. So it's almost like a symbol to them of this flowing energy. And it's a way to connect to nature in a physical way where they actually take something from it and they literally put it through their bodies. So he's saying, so the need, in a sense, it has nothing to do with something physical for them. Like with us, it's manifested into we actually need it physically. They don't need it physically. They're saying an energetic connection, and they're saying need because it's more like a yearning or a longing. They want this type of very very deep physical bond with the earth, an energetic bond with the earth to the point that they allow it to pass through her themselves. They allow her to pass through themselves, and I do see a lot of mountains and very, very snowy snow everywhere. And they're saying like they could just eat the snow even to get water. So again, they're saying it's not about something physical that they need. It's this idea of something flowing, something rushing through them. So it's this representation. I'm taking something from the earth and it's going to pass through me. They're saying it's very important to drink water for them, but they're saying also for you and humans in general. For humans in general, it's very important to drink water without fluoride, without any chemicals, to avoid plastic. But mainly they're saying to avoid heated plastic. They're saying that if it were out in the snow, like where they are, if they were putting something in plastic, then they wouldn't really have that's not the issue that they have with it. It's if you're in a hot area, especially, or even if the water has traveled from somewhere and has experienced heat, then this can bring chemicals into the water. Yeah, they're saying just like if you were to put food into a plastic container and put it in the microwave, and some of the plastic melts because it's come into contact with so much heat and then it leaches into the food. So they're saying sometimes when it travels, it can experience heat. So they're saying that it depends where it's coming from. But they're saying that it has to do with the heat much more than the plastic. So the plastic in heat, basically. The plastic getting hot. Okay. So I have another guide coming up. She's female. She's saying Yetta. She's saying Yetta. Okay. So, oh, okay. You guys are together. All right. These are partners. Okay. So that makes sense. Yeti and Yetta. All right. Okay, so you have had a past life as a person from this race. And this is very important to tap into now. Especially regarding the next reading and the things that you're asking about, but they're saying it's not only about that. It's not only about because you want to do something that's so physical, and that you're getting a higher initiative to do that. It's also this feeling of you going from one stage and into this next one. Okay, because that's the thing about the Yeti. See, our abilities, like they're saying, we have their abilities, but they're not tapped yet. We were programmed to shut down, and then we continuously program ourselves to just keep these sort of muted and silenced. And people even who do develop them, not as much now, but still now, a lot of them just end up hospitalized, and put in drugs. And they're saying that, so it's like we sort of go into a coma, humans here. This human, the impure human in a sense, but they're saying, but not really. Yeah, they're saying, yes, you've added something, but that doesn't have to make you impure. They're saying what makes you impure, or what we have to cleanse ourselves of, is this programming to shut that away, block their abilities. So these Yeti are very, they're very interdimensional, extra dimensional. They can travel between worlds. They're able to hide themselves, and frequently do. And they're very mutable. There's something just very, very fluid, flowing, graceful about their energy, even though they're very, very strong, proud. They're saying this is a race that you didn't know that you were, but you are this race from a past lifetime. They're saying not only is it in your blood now, your physical blood. So they're saying anybody could call on this, really. But they're saying with you, you have this special connection to them in a higher way, through a past life. They're saying in a higher way because all time is happening simultaneously, which means you're still one of them. You're still experiencing that lifetime as that race as well. This past version of yourself. I do get the sense from them, and these two specifically, that they have children, that they're very happy, that they're very social, even though they keep hidden from view, even though we're not going to see them. With one another, they're very social, and with other beings that they're saying that have accepted their place and their true calling and are going along with their path. So they're saying as you switch more, as you come from this place of confusion, not knowing where to go and where to turn, what to do, this can be part of the path. Yes, it can be a stepping stone, but at the same time, it's not exactly on the path because you don't know what path to be on, and then you're stepping onto one. And they're saying whenever that happens, they're going to be around you. And they don't mean humans now, they mean you. And this is your guides specifically talking. So not just this race, your guides as well, but this race as well, because you have other connections from this race. And this is the lifetime they're saying that needs to specifically come in. This specific lifetime. They don't want to get into you being a person. You're asking, were you a spiritual person? And they're saying by that, they're saying yes, but they're saying not exactly a human being, not exactly a human person, but yes, you were a very spiritual person, a very psychic person, but this is the lifetime that you need to really come into contact with. Okay. Okay, so how do you contact them more? And how do you call up that DNA more, and specifically the energy of this past life, which can help bring that DNA up more for you. And then this will greatly help you with what you're asking about for the next reading as well. This is something that can really greatly help you with that. And also this ability to traverse dimensions, to they're saying to seek out where to go, to know where to go, to know who you are, to seek out information, to know information, to dwell on your own power, on your own source, to not need an outside influence, to not give in to an outside influence, but your own power. They're showing me an electrical outlet, an electrical outlet that you plug. They're showing me like a 3-prong plug, so it's a big plug. You plug it into the wall, and it soaks in all this electricity. But getting that from yourself, your own power is your own plug. Your higher self or your reality is your own plug. And you don't need outside influences, and you don't need food. And they're saying that this should be something to consider as well, because they're saying true physical power, true physical influence. And they're saying, in a sense, true masculine energy. And they're saying in dominating the physical, but in a pure way, in a gentle way. They're saying that this is the true masculine energy, but they're saying that breatharianism is included. So they're saying that it has to come in contact with the divine feminine. Because it has to be able to fuel itself from an inward source. And then dawn on the conscious mind, and therefore the outward expression. Where it becomes what you are aware of. And that's your masculine energy. Your consciousness. Whereas this feminine energy is what you haven't tapped. It's all of this power that you haven't tapped. It's your subconscious. So it's this part of you that's sleeping, and it's your desire as well. It's yearning to be expressed. It's yearning to move through you. So they're saying, so in a sense, it is about balance. It is about balancing, but at the same time, they're saying they didn't choose both of those garnets because that's not really a theme for your reading, even though it is about that, even though that does come into play. But they're saying that that's why breatharianism is important. And they're saying that that is something even for you, that is important on your path, on your journey of letting go of external sources. They're saying, why plug into somebody else's electrical outlets when you have your own within you? They're saying that that isn't true power. That's the illusion of having no power, of getting it from this outside source in this outside way where you have to kill something. And again, they're saying they're not doing that. And they're saying that they do drink some liquids about once a month. But it's more to refuel them energetically, and but refueling isn't a good word. They're saying, okay, reconnecting. They are attempting to reconnect to the earth. They also say that they would not really recommend a human being to do that because of how polluted their domain is. The purest water gives you the purest connection to the earth. So they're saying for the human being, it's really about just becoming unplugged from those external sources in the way that they are, but then moving towards building a higher vibrational, higher frequency, more pure, completely pure world where you can thrive and you can grow and you can inhabit all of the dimensions. They're saying, think of where you could go, where you could travel. They're saying that this is where humanity is going. This is where they are headed. And they're saying that they have this special connection with humanity, but most people are not really calling on them. Okay, so your guides, since this is a public reading, your guides are they're in some parts of this reading, they're kind of including all of humanity, and they want to be called on. But for you specifically, because you have this special connection to them from this past life, they're saying to connect to them through meditation, through calling on these two, Yeti and Yetta. And they have children also, which I actually feel like you can call on, that are also guiding you. Yeah. That should not be surprising at all. I don't know why I looked a little bit surprised there. They're getting on to me. They're saying, you know, they're children. They can guide you. Even better than them in some ways. A child can guide, because there again, it's the purest form. It's the purest energy, the most untapped, untouched. Not untapped, untouched energy. That's what a child guides through. So they're saying to call on them, call on Yeti and Yetta and their kids. When you're feeling to call on those childlike energies, they're saying they are not your main guides, but they're saying that they do kind of come with the package. Of course, their children are going to be guiding you also, since they travel around with them through these different dimensions, these other worlds. And because they have this connection to you, since they're your guides and they're coming to you specifically very often. So call on them, especially for the physical things that you want to be doing, and to make sure that it's done in a high way, a pure way. And also ask them for their help when it comes to finding the purest sources of water. Okay, you know what? That's interesting. I am going to mention this in here. They're reminding me of this. They want me to. But actually, Wolf and I, we had this filter. We're going a little bit over, so I'm probably going to stop after this, but I will mention this quickly. And this will probably help other people as well. But we've been researching waters, because we have a filter, and it's supposed to be a good filter, but we haven't been really sure, because it was just bought at this auction, and I'm not even sure what type it is. And then we were realizing maybe we should test this water. So we've been kind of researching water. We got a water test, so we're going to be testing that. But Evian water, in all the research that we've been doing, it's important to drink alkaline water. And in so much of the research that we've been doing, this specific company, Evian water, keeps coming out as the most pure and alkaline water. Okay, so I will throw that in there. But they're also saying to do your own research, you specifically to do your own research, and to ask them for help when it comes to finding really pure, more clean, more untouched sources of the purest water. And they're also saying that that's important for stepping more onto this path of breatharianism to remove these toxins from your energy field, not just your body, not just your physical form. Yeah, because when they connect to it, it's specifically for the energy, the energetic connection. It has nothing to do with their physical form. So it's really both. But okay, so I'm a bit over. But we have another reading coming up anyway, because I know that they definitely want to talk more. And I just kind of feel like this reading almost just sort of leads into the next one, because they're already speaking about ways that, that you can kind of help yourself when it comes to the physical activities that you want to be doing. Okay, so thank you so much, the Pure Human, for allowing me to do this reading for you. And I really hope that this has benefited you. Thank you very much. Namaste.